Elias traces the line again. The charcoal snaps against the parchment. He curses, tossing the broken piece into a hearth of cold ashes. He grabs another pencil. He draws the line again. He is a builder, a master architect, but his hands shake, not from age, but from a relentless, suffocating fear. 3 months ago, the earth shuddered. A tremor, lasting barely 20 seconds, brought his greatest hall crashing down into dust. It was completely outside his control. The ground moved, and his life's work vanished. Since that day, Elias has not slept. He is trapped in a prison of calculation. He tries to account for wind shear. He calculates soil density. He tries to predict human error. He believes that if he can just think hard enough, plan strictly enough, he can control the world. He believes he can force the chaotic universe into submission. Kalen steps into the workshop. He watches the frantic, pathetic scratching of Elias's pencil. Kalen steps forward and slams his heavy palm down directly onto the blueprints. The sound echoes sharply. Elias flinches, looking up with wild, angry eyes. Kalen does not apologize. He reaches into his heavy leather pouch. He pulls out an object and drops it onto the center of the blueprints. It lands with a dull, heavy thud. It is a plumb bob, an ancient tool used by stonemasons to find a true vertical line. But this one is hideous. It is made of cheap, pitted iron. It is heavily rusted, the metal flaking away at the edges. It is tied to a frayed, dirty piece of coarse hemp string. It looks like garbage. "What is this?" Elias asks. His voice is tight with stress. Kalen looks at the rusted iron. "This is your cure," Kalen says softly, "but you do not know how to swallow it yet. I have a task for you, Elias. Take this piece of iron, walk down into the lower market, show it to the merchants, show it to the traders. Find out exactly what it is worth. Sell it to the highest bidder and bring me the coin." Elias scoffs. He gestures frantically to his ruined blueprints. "I am trying to solve the problem of structural collapse, old man. I am trying to build a fortress that the earth cannot shake. I do not have time for errands with rusted scrap." Kalen does not move. His voice drops, cold and absolute. "I do not have time for errands with rusted scrap. You will never build a fortress in the physical world until you build one in your mind. Take the iron to the market now." The lower market is a chaotic sprawl of greed and survival. The air is thick with the smell of burning coal, sweat, and rotting cabbage. Men and women shout, haggling over coppers. Elias walks through the mud, holding the rusted iron by its frayed string. He feels ridiculous. He approaches the stall of a scrap metal dealer. The dealer is a massive man, covered in soot. Elias places the plumb bob on the wooden counter. "What will you give me for this?" Elias asks. The dealer laughs, a harsh barking sound. He picks up the iron, weighing it in his massive hand. He scrapes a blackened thumbnail against the rust. "It is slag," the dealer sneers. "Useless, impure iron. It is too light to be an anchor. It is too blunt to be a weapon. The rust has eaten through the outer layer. I will give you half a copper coin, and that is only for the weight." Elias takes the tool back. He walks to an antique merchant. The merchant wears fine silk and squints through a glass lens. He inspects the tool, looking for a maker's mark. "There is no history here," the merchant says dryly. "No royal stamp, no silver inlay. It is a crude tool for illiterate peasants. It holds no historical value. Take it away." Elias tries a pawnbroker next. The broker sits behind an iron grate, counting silver coins. The broker does not even look up. "Bring me gold," the broker mutters. "Bring me silk. Bring me spices from the east. Do not waste my time with rusted refuse. It is ugly. It is common. It has no value in this world." Elias clenches his jaw. He turns his back on the market. He feels a strange, bitter vindication. He knew the old man was crazy. The world only values what is polished. The world only values what is strong, shiny, and immediate. Elias throws the rusted iron back onto the table. It rolls over his blueprints, leaving a streak of red rust across his careful calculations. "They offered me nothing," Elias spits. "Half a copper coin at best. The object is garbage, Kalen. It holds no material value." "It is ugly, obsolete, and broken. Is this your great lesson? That the world does not want broken things? Because I already know that." Kalen remains perfectly still. He slowly reaches out and picks up the plumb bob by the very end of the frayed string. He holds his hand steady. The rusted iron swings back and forth. Slowly, it loses momentum. It settles. It points directly downward, pulled by the invisible, undeniable force of gravity. It is perfectly still. It forms a flawless vertical line. "You asked them the price of rusted iron," Kalen says. His voice is a low rumble. "You asked them the price of frayed hemp. Of course they offered you nothing. They are blind men, judging a sunset by its temperature." Kalen looks up, locking eyes with Elias. "Tomorrow you will go back to the market, but you will not show them the iron. You will show them what the iron does. Ask them to purchase the concept of true vertical. Ask them to place a price on undeniable, unwavering alignment. Ask them what they will pay for a tool that ignores the noise, ignores the dirt, and points only to the absolute, unchangeable truth." Elias stares at the hanging iron. He understands the words, but he dreads the task. Elias returns to the mud and the noise. He feels a tightening in his chest. His anxiety threatens to choke him. He steps up onto a wooden crate near the fountain. He holds the plumb bob by the string. He raises his voice over the din of the haggling crowd. He spots the wealthy antique merchant walking past. "You," Elias calls out, "what will you pay for true alignment? What is the price of an absolute center?" The merchant stops, frowns, and sneers. "Alignment? I cannot eat alignment. I cannot wear a center. I need profit. Step down, madman." Elias turns to a passing local politician, a man draped in velvet. "You, sir," Elias asks, "what is the value of an absolute, unwavering truth?" "A truth that never bends?" The politician smiles. It is a cold, calculated smile. "Truth," the politician says smoothly, "is whatever I convince this crowd it is." Your hanging iron is rigid. Rigidity breaks. Flexibility is power. Keep your absolute truth. I prefer a truth I can manipulate. The crowd notices the spectacle. A circle forms. They are bored. They are cruel. They point at Elias and his rusted iron. "Look at him," a butcher shouts, wiping blood on his apron. "He tries to sell gravity." The crowd laughs. A street urchin picks up a small pebble and throws it. The pebble strikes the iron bob with a sharp ping. The force sends the plumb bob swinging wildly on its string. It arcs back and forth, entirely chaotic. The crowd roars with laughter. "Look at your absolute truth," the butcher mocks. "We can disrupt it with a flick of our wrists. Your alignment is weak. The wind blows it. Our hands push it. It controls nothing." Elias freezes. His breath catches in his throat. The panic, the deep, dark fear he felt when the earthquake struck, returns violently. The crowd is right. The object is at the mercy of the outside world. A child's thrown pebble destroys its perfect alignment. It is helpless, just like his buildings, just like him. Elias flees. He grips the iron so tightly the rust cuts into his palm. He leaves the market, running until the sound of mocking laughter fades. He walks to the edge of the city. He arrives at a wasteland of shattered stone and splintered timber, the ruins of his great hall. The place where his obsession was born. The air here is dead. The earth is scarred. He falls to his knees in the dust. He drops the plumb bob onto a cracked paving stone. He has failed the test. The world is chaos. External forces will always win. You cannot build anything lasting because the universe will simply crush it. Your breathing is shallow, architect. You breathe like a hunted animal. The voice is dry and raspy. Elias jumps. He looks toward the shadow of a fallen pillar. An old woman sits there in rags. Her eyes are clouded with white cataracts. She is entirely blind. Her calloused hands slowly trace the rough edges of the broken stone beside her. "Who are you?" Elias demands, wiping sweat from his face. "Just a ghost haunting the rubble," she replies. She tilts her head, listening. "I hear a crowd in your mind. I hear the clinking of cheap iron against the stone. You carry a tool for gravity, yet you weep because the wind blows." Elias stares at her. "I weep because the tool is useless. Kalen said it represented truth, but the crowd mocked it." They threw a rock, and the iron swung wildly. External forces disrupted it instantly. I cannot build a life, or a mind, or a fortress if the outside world can bat it away like a toy. We are powerless. The old woman laughs softly. It is not mocking, it is deeply compassionate. "Oh, you foolish, brilliant boy," she sighs. "You are looking at the iron. You are looking at the thrown rock. You are missing the entire purpose of the tool." Her blind hands move across the dirt. She finds the frayed string. She picks it up. She holds her arm out, letting the rusted iron hang. "Tell me," she says, "does this iron attempt to fight the wind?" "No," Elias whispers. "Does it attempt to control the hands that strike it?" she asks. "Does it command the crowd to stop throwing pebbles?" "It cannot," Elias says. "It is just iron." "Exactly," the sage says, her voice turning sharp and authoritative. The Plumb Bob knows that external events, the wind, the rocks, the mocking crowd, the earthquake, are completely outside its jurisdiction. It does not waste a single ounce of energy trying to stop the storm. With her free hand, the blind woman suddenly slaps the iron bob. It swings violently, arcing high into the air. "Watch it," she commands. "When the blow lands, it is disturbed. Yes." But when the hand is removed, when the wind dies down, what does it do? Does it complain? Does it hold a grudge against the hand that struck it? Elias watches the iron. The wild swinging slowly begins to decay. The arcs get smaller and smaller. "It returns to the center," Elias murmurs. "It immediately returns to the center," the sage confirms. "It surrenders to the one absolute law it was made for, gravity." It finds its stillness not by controlling the world, but by knowing its own nature. She drops the string. The rusted iron clatters to the ground. She points a gnarled, blind finger directly at Elias's chest. "You are trying to control the earthquake. You are trying to control the opinions of fools in the market. You will go mad. You will live in a prison of anxiety forever. The wind will blow. The ground will shake. People will betray you. Your towers will fall." This is the nature of the world. You cannot control the storm, but you can ensure that once the storm passes, your mind returns instantly to its center. Elias looks down at the rusted tool. The sky above them bruises purple and black. The temperature drops sharply. A coastal squall rolls in off the sea. Wind howls through the shattered pillars, kicking up blinding clouds of gray dust. The first heavy drops of rain begin to fall, splattering against the cracked stones. A week ago, Elias would have panicked. He would have frantically tried to cover his head. He would have screamed at the sky, cursing the injustice of the weather. Today, he does not move. He lets the rain hit his face. He reaches down and picks up the plumb bob. He grips the frayed string. He holds his arm out. The wind is fierce. The rusted iron swings wildly in his hand, battered by the gale. He does not tighten his grip. He does not try to stop the iron from swinging. He just watches it. He accepts the storm. He lets the storm be the storm. He walks over the rubble, finding a massive, unbroken foundation block. He stands on the edge. He holds the plumb bob out over the drop. He waits. He breathes in the wet earth. He breathes out his desperate need for control. He feels a profound, terrifying freedom. He does not control the rain. He only controls his reaction to it. He waits for a break in the squall, just a 2-second lull in the wind. In that brief, silent pocket of time, the rusted iron instantly drops into a perfect, undeniable vertical line. It finds its center. Elias pulls a piece of charcoal from his pocket. He marks the stone exactly where the iron points. He begins to build. Not with the frantic anxiety of a man trying to defeat nature, but with the quiet, devastating focus of a man who has mastered his own mind. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The world will throw rocks, wind, and ruin at you. That is its nature. Stop fighting the storm and start mastering your center. If you are ready to master your mind, subscribe.